What's going on, guys? Hope you're surviving the new December patch. We've got a lot of content in the game right now, but with all new monthly season passes come a brand new leaked season pass, and today, Thanos' generals, the Black Order, arrives to Marvel Snap. We have Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, Cull Obsidian, the Black Swan, and Supergiant coming to Snap in the month of February. Now today, guys, I wanted to try something a little bit different and read these kits fresh for the very first time live with you guys and kind of give my first impressions, my star ratings of how these cards are going to impact Marvel Snap. And then we're also going to review the spotlights, as always, that they're paired with to help you guys best prepare. I'm a big fan of the Black Order. I'm going to start with the Season Pass card, the Black Swan. And she is a 2-cost, 3-power card with the ability of on reveal until the end of your next turn, your 1-cost cards cost 0. Hot damn, that's really good. If this is what I'm okay, well, let's hop to the game. I'll show you why she's good. Now, I expected this to be a little harder, just like on the fly, because I thought there would be some complex kits. We're getting more complicated as Snap continues on and as players learn the game. So obviously Thanos, the Infinity Stones, getting these out with Lockjaw is the obvious synergy that they probably are encouraging. However, let's go to 1-cost, because at the top of my head, first of all, Destroy is fantastic here. Anytime you have X23 already, but anytime you can get Deadpool for free on turn 6, 5, doesn't really matter. Set that up in advance with X23, destroying stuff at the same time. Obviously, this is going to be really good, and finally has a new card that fits to even more energy cheating, which seems incredible. But also, like, what do you think of right now when you think of 1-cost cards? You have Forge, you have Nico Minoru, and all these are tied together with Werewolf by Night, who I was already shocked, and he will by that. There's no way this guy lasts, but even if he doesn't last in his current form, this is going to benefit him a ton, because you can play down Werewolf and then just all these on reveal cheap cards for free, getting him up to massive power, and then you could play anything else. He can already be on the board, so you can play all that and a 6-cost drop, so obviously that's going to be pretty nutty. But on top of that, like, Zoo is obviously going to get good over the next couple of seasons. They're putting some cards directly to make Zoo a better archetype overall. Stuff like Kyera protecting your 1-cost is going to be essential. However, what about the ultimate Zoo animal? Where is he at? He's a 3-cost. He's jumped all around, so I'm trying to find him. Hit Monkey. This is awesome for Hit Monkey because they're all damn free. So you can set this up in advance. And we've seen these Sarah Hit Monkey decks. The card has fallen off a lot. However, in Sarah, it still works pretty well with some tech cards in there. And now you can just build up his power, even under a Wong or without a Wong, win a lane, and then tech card the other lane. So this is a huge Hit Monkey boost to a card that definitely needs it. And then I mentioned Bounce as well with the Werewolf, right? Bounce doesn't need any help, but it can be a bit awkward. She's a 2-cost, so this sets up perfectly into Beast. You have her played down on turn 3. You play all your 1-costs. Then you beast them, and then you get to play them all again, right? So, my God, this is better than I thought as I kind of go through these in my head. It's tough to think of all these on the fly, but listen, this is Hopium Copium. But, where is he? Strong Guy here? Okay. Maybe we see a return of the Strong Guy decks with Zoo. You can get his ongoing ability to be boosted up a bit easier, getting all these free plays as well. And really with that, Sarah Miracle. I'll tell you why. I played a lot of Sarah, and I feel like Sarah's biggest problem is the 2-cost value, or playing 2 drops. It was always the best with Sarah because you got the ultimate 50% discount. But the 1-drops felt very weird because they can't go down to 0. Now we can go down to 0, but the only problem with this is that Sarah's on 5. So when are you going to do that, right? So a bit awkward there. But you can at least get rid of the 1-drop, so I don't, absolutely hate it. Looking at other 1-costs, and I'm sure we're going to get adjustments to these, I would say probably other just strong synergy off the bat with 1-drops are things like Snow Guard and Maria Hill to boost up Devil Dinosaur without spending any energy. And then you're keeping the hand size full, and you could play, couple 3s, Mystique, Darkhawk, an ongoing card like Onslaught. Yeah, she seems pretty damn good for a season pass. I like her a lot. Any type of cards that set up these new potential archetypes, sign me up. I'm going to give her like a 4-star, and that's because of how many decks that she works with. And that's just scratching the surface. I'm sure after I post this video, or you guys down in the comment section, let me know. There's more that I'm missing here, but this seems really good for a bunch of different archetypes. All right, so the next card here, we have Supergiant. Again, I see the cost ahead of time as I'm cropping, but I try to avoid the ability. We have a 1 cost, so it goes with Black Swan. 2 power card, Supergiant. Supergiant on reveal. All cards played this turn and next turn don't reveal until the game ends. What? Don't reveal. Holy, is this like Hitmonkey's super season here? What the hell? That seems stupid good. I mean, on one end, it seems like, okay, Ghost didn't do all that much for Snap because it's priority based. But on the other hand, is this not stupid good? Like stupid really good? Stupid's the only word I can think of at the moment. Eliath just got the adjustment as of me filming this. And so this is kind of the perfect new card to pair with him. You can stop things going. You can have Absorbing Man played after Supergiant and then just keep all the cards. No one, it's like Dark Dimension is Legion out. Nobody can reveal their cards until the end. And then if you have Eliath, it can just poof them away. And that's like one scenario. But even more so, like, let's talk the counterplay and then what I think it could do. So counterplay, you have to think for combo decks for yourself, you can do a lot, all right? But you can also counter combo decks at the same time. So what I'm thinking with this, first of all, is Destroy, okay? So Destroy, this is the ultimate way to ruin Destroy, which we kind of needed a way to slow down this archetype because you could just stop them from destroying their cards, building Deadpool, getting rid of death, all that good jazz. But on top of that, my God, this is crazy. On top of that, you can continue to build up combos for yourself. So let's say you're playing Discard. This might be the best new way to play Hela. In fact, a really good way to play just MODOK. This could be the missing piece for like the America Chavez change that we just went through, because now you can kind of hold everything back. And then it doesn't matter because MODOK is going to discard and still do his thing. And you just play the cards you need, you need to make sure you play by the end of the game. And then you've got it. In fact, it might even be more reliable outside of the draw mechanic wise. So this is maybe what they have up their sleeve for discard and or not just the dependable discard. But we know that Hela loves the old way of playing Hela in the beta was Invisible Woman, tucking a bunch of cards there. And then you have Hela at the end to reveal them all and limiting discard stuff, right? So in a way, this is a huge lift to the discard archetype. So I'd love to see that. On top of that, obviously, I just mentioned Hitmonkey. I think this is the way that he works, but in like Dark Dimension, I believe if you stack everything up or with Invisible Woman, I'm like 100% sure here, he just gets all those cards counting as play. So this is another Hitmonkey super buff, which again, love to see it, glad to see it. But you can even do like your own combos, right? So like what's a card? You could do like Destroyer, okay? Because I was just playing with this deck. You could set up all your stuff. Let's say your armor and then a couple other cards. Maybe you Absorbing Man. You keep the train going. And then this is the last card played. So those stuff reveal first. You got the big Destroyer play, whatever it might be. And then you're kind of good to go there. Destroyer does not destroy unrevealed cards. So you could also like wave him out, play him, and then play other cards. So very interesting as well. Kind of crazy if you think about it. Even just tech cards playing with the Hitmonkey. I can't, off the top of my head, think of everything that I would do with this card. Let me swap over here. But Supergiant seems like it could be potentially the best card this month, but also, you know, Ghost disappointed as well. So we'll have to see. But being a 1-cost card to get this ability, even just using it like one turn is a massive way to have control over your opponent, and then you put it in your own deck to build around it. Like a 4.5. I mean, I damn near give this a perfect... I mean, this is a card that I'm all about, so I would love to see this for such cheap play into other decks, combo decks. Yeah, this is definitely one that I'd love to see a lot. And hey, Eliath lovers, you just went through some pain. You're going to love him again with this. All right, moving on. I don't see how it could get any better. We've got Cull Obsidian, which MCU fans, you guys would recognize this guy from getting his arm chopped off by Doctor Strange in the fight in Infinity War. But Cull Obsidian is a 4-cost, 10 power card, so premium stat line, usually comes with a con. You can only play this at locations with Infinity Stones. Ongoing, he can't be destroyed. Hey, okay. He can lose an arm, but he can't die to Shang-Chi. Yeah, this seems pretty good. Obviously, you know, it's great, but also limiting, obviously, right? You can only play him with Thanos, but I imagine after what they did with the time or the Mind Stone, that there's going to be new locations or maybe even ways to get Infinity Stones. But let's look at the cards because I have a couple ideas for him. All right, so first and foremost, obviously Thanos, we know he's going to have to be in a Thanos deck. So the biggest con is Thanos decks are big. They're huge. It's tough to thin them out. So you won't always be able to get him reliably. The Blob is coming out. We think he's going to be awesome with Thanos. So there's going to be maybe some synergy with Blob and Thanos together because of the big power. Another unreleased card is Scar. He's January's pass. I'll link that video if you guys want to see those cards. And every big card you play, he goes down in cost. So another big forecast card is always really good. But my head immediately goes to, like, I don't know if you'd play this with Thanos, maybe in a Devil Dino build. I like the idea of him in double up. Like, 2 of these is really cool to think about, just getting pure 10 power stats, can't be destroyed. Playing an Infinity Stone in a Thanos deck is as easy as it gets. You clog yourself a little bit, but you put some She-Hulks in there. You know, getting multiple stones is also never bad. So I like the idea of this, even in a Blob deck, right? Because you max out your hand, you keep the deck full, then you play down Blob if you don't get the other cards that you need. Obviously, Shuri always welcomes another big card. We have never seen an Infinity Stone Shuri deck, but you know, I would venture to say that it's probably not bad because you have some other big power cards in there. And I don't know. I don't think you can zero this. Maybe you can. I believe I should know this, but Giganto, I don't think you can zero him to another location. Like, he's locked in. So maybe you can't zero this into a location without an Infinity Stone. It may not work that way. We're going to have to see there. So yeah, I mean, not a ton to say about him. I do think he's good. I don't want to, like, limit how good I think he is. I'm all about big stats. I think he's going to have a place. I do think Blob Thanos is going to be a thing. And 410 is fun. But I love that he can't be destroyed. That's hot. That's huge. We don't see that a lot. We just got that with Ebony Blade with the Black Knight rework. Overall, probably like a 3-star. But we'll have to see how things go. All right, we got 2 more left. We have Corvus Glaive. That is a 3-cost. Hello, Surfers. 4 power card. On reveal, discard 2 cards from your hand to get +1 max energy. Oh, no, okay, so not like X23, but more Electro. Discard 2 cards from your hand to get... Okay, all right, so now you combine this with Supergiant, and now we're getting a little bit of a discard season coming along. Yeah, this is going to be good. First of all, anything that can cheat energy, we know. Tale as old as time, Beauty and the Beast, it's going to work in Marvel Snap. And there's plenty of cards that you're fine getting rid of, and you also have, like, another way to play Hela in a sense too, right? Like, you can, obviously you risk it. This is like the Hell Cow. You don't know what you're going to get rid of, but let's go ahead and go to discard here and get out of 4 cost. There's a lot of cards that we want to get rid of, and we're fine with it, right? Off the top of the head, Swarm is fine. Obviously could get rid of both copies, and you lost nothing for +1 max energy. We love that. That's going to be really strong. On top of that, obviously, like Wolverine will be good to get rid of. Morbius can have another card with extreme synergy, and this dependable discard deck took a giant massive hit. We're seeing the season where it comes back. For those that are sad about discard, I think this is what their answer was. It's sad it's a little ways away, but APOC getting discarded a couple times. We're going to have to see if it works like Hell Cow, where it's separate discards or one, you know, all together. But this is going to be its home, and I don't know how good +1 max energy is all the time in discard. You know, it has a pretty particular play line, but by then we'll figure out, like, the new best discard deck to play, and it's probably going to want this. Maybe, just maybe, we get a fix to Helicarrier by then. You know, getting rid of this, getting more cards that you don't care about to get rid of. You know, always strong as well. It's just a new way to ramp, which we love that in Marvel Snap. So Corvus Glaive, what are we giving this goblin, the guy that stabbed Vision? I think probably, honestly, I think it's pretty good. Like a 4-star just because it's energy cheap. This card will have to figure itself out a bit more after Chavez, but there's no way he's not going to be good, especially because it looks like they're trying to target discard with this season. And finally, we have Proxima Midnight. This is one of my favorite of the Black Order, so I'm excited to see what she does. She's a 4-cost card, 6 power. Okay, so good stat line. When this is discarded, jumps to your lowest power location. Okay, so discard is the seasoned flavor mixed with, I guess, friggin' Hitmonkey. Sorry, when this is discarded, jumps to your lowest powered location that isn't full. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. This is good. It's like super Wolverine in a sense. And especially like hiding all your cards, what, you know, Supergiant can do. And then you MODOK, and you can have Wolverine and her go out. It's random, but you can also play your cards in a way that you make it a bit less random. Yeah, this seems actually really good. I think I like this better. Maybe better than Corvus Glaive. But let's go to the cards here. Now, obviously, we're in discard, and I want to get to this. But I will say, I think... we'll start with discard. I think that the MODOK deck, fantastic. Hell Cow even is a way to get rid of this easily. Corvus, the card we just talked about, getting rid of Proxima is awesome, right? This is a season very much where a lot of these cards are going to be going together. And so it's one that you want to save up for if you love the Black Order and you like the synergy going on here. Easy ways to get rid of Proxima. You can get her out as easy as turn freaking 1 or 2. Actually, 1, sorry, with Blade if she's in the rightmost hand. Yeah, this card definitely has a new flavor to it, and it is continuing to be dependable in a way, which I love a lot. She also makes maybe Moon Knight a bit better, and these cards that are like Swordmaster that are just getting rid of cards. The more that we get like Swarm, Wolverine, Proxima Midnight that we want, you know, for them to get discarded is always good because you can then make a deck just built around, hey, I don't care what, you know, gets rid of out of my hand, and then you can just hurt your opponent and kind of mill their hand as well. But on top of that, we always love things like Storm in discard decks, and so having a shutdown location that you have the potential to get back into is always going to be beneficial for that style of discard play. Ultimately, Proxima can be played in just about any discard style of deck. You know, Hela and MODOK are both going to work well, and between now and February, we're getting like 4 now 5 discard options, which I thought we might. We haven't gotten a lot of them over the last couple of months, and so, you know, we're seeing them all come now, but really cool flavor here. I'm going to give Proxima 4 is probably the safer side, and again, this is right off the top of the noggin, so let me know what I'm missing right off the bat. But all in all, guys, I would say this is first of all, this was a lot of fun to film live, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this format. It's a little bit more rigid, and I got it out there a bit faster, but at the same time, production isn't as great, so if you hate that, let me know. But I want to give a quick shout out to Drew Berry. This guy is like, he loves data mines. He does really good videos. I think he's extremely underrated, and so if you love this kind of stuff and custom content, I'll go ahead and put his channel down in the description. He made this graphic here, and I often make all my own graphics. This was great. There's a lot going on in Snap, so I'd love to see what he's done here. So these are the spotlights, right? We've got the Season Pass. That's all the stuff coming in the Season Pass. First week is Supergiant, the 6th through the 13th. And what happens here, and this is what's kind of cool, we've got Zabu and Darkhawk. Great variants. Love to see it. I don't know which ones are going to be Series 4 and 5. I think there might be at least 1, maybe 2. And that often updates as we get closer to the season. Actually, no, he has it here. Supergiant is the S4. What? Glenn, what? That seems like the best card in the set and one that everybody wants. So we're good with that for sure. And then Zabu Darkhawk, the variants are great. If you somehow don't have those, that is the week to go for right off the bat. Cull Obsidian, the weakest card, I would say, of the bunch, but still okay. Comes with Thanos, a great Thanos variant. And Nimrod, you have Corvus Glaive, Stature X23. It's pretty good. Pretty good season, or pretty good Spotlight week. And then Proxima Midnight, Dawkin, and MODOK. So, yeah, Supergiant week is just like a 10 out of 10. And then the other ones will be depending on the cards that you don't have as well. So Black Order, man, I'm big. I love them. Let me know what you guys think. What combinations did I miss and did not come up with myself? And with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. A lot of fun to go through the new cards coming out. We have a lot of like new cards technically now that I have to play with. And so I'm going to be having a Shaw video come out next and then a ton of deck guides. So if you haven't already, subscribe down below. Again, go check out Drew Berry. And as always, guys, until the next one, happy snapping.